Hi everyone and happy Wednesday. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me tonight. We have a few things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating a really great card, and we are also going to be going through some kits that I have for sale. I've had several people ask me, do you have any extra kits for sale from old classes, old bingos? And I do. Sometimes when I say I'm out of a bingo, it might be that I'm out of product and I might have the kit started with some extras, but there's no way I'm going to get the product in time because maybe my bingo sold more than I expected. And so I give as many kits as I can, and then, then I have to close it. And so that meant that once I got the new product in, usually what I try to do is finish the kits. So because I already cut all the paper, did all the work, maybe on the extra few that I have left. Maybe it was a class that I really liked the cards and I went a little overboard and made a lot of extra, and just because for myself that I could use them, I never got around to using them. There's lots of reasons. So I do have a lot of kits that I wanted to share with you. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully you're live and hopefully you'll comment. So make sure your bar at the bottom is all the way caught up to the time at the end of it, so your current time. Make sure your chat is on live chat. And I'm just going to quickly go through what I have available. And if you are interested, say, I want one. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. And the first people that say they want one, I'll give it to you. And on Friday, if you could please pay by Friday at the latest, and then that way I'll know that they're still available for people. So even though, let's say I have 4 kits, and if you still want it, just say next in line or whatever. But please put the name of the kit, or the number kit. We're going to number them. That way I know which one you want, and in case somebody doesn't, then we can get it. So hello everybody. Hi Melanie. It was nice chatting with you today. Hi Connie. Hi Eileen. Brenda, Melody, Julie from Ohio, welcome. Hi Marcia. Hi Carrie. Hi Renee. Hi Deborah, how are you? Betty and Barb, welcome. I always feel like Romper Room when I do this. Do you guys remember Romper Room? And with my magic glass, and I see Barb and Marva and Trina. Hi Nicole, Linda, hello. Hi Stephanie, Annie, and hello Stephanie. Oh, there's more. Hi Peggy and Diane and Bling Bling. I'm sorry, I can never remember your name. Those tricky screen names get me. Hi Carol, Ida, Corey, and Marion. Welcome everybody. Oh, so tonight was my job to take the trash cans in because my husband's not home right now, and he's like, don't forget the trash cans. And just a couple minutes ago I was like, oh, trash cans. So I ran out to get the trash cans because in our neighborhood, it's like if you leave your trash cans out, everybody's like, why are your trash cans still out? My neighbors kind of leave theirs out a lot, but anyway, so I wanted to make sure I went and got it. Yes, I think that it's a romper room every time. I know, it's funny. But I like to recognize you and thank you guys so much for watching. Do you still have your surprise boxes available? No, the last 2, and I posted it on my Facebook page, they're gone. So I'll probably have more as soon as I can. I could put some together, but it wouldn't be stamps. The stamps and dies are gone. I could probably do one more. I have a lot of DSP. So DSP, I still have a little bit of embellishments. I do still have inks and markers and things like that. So if somebody were to purchase and say, I'm good with lots of DSP, I have a lot. And some ink and markers and things like that. And I do, honestly, I have some stamp sets that I've kept for years that I've not even touched, so I haven't looked at those yet. So I probably need to do that soon, but it won't be soon. It's too crazy. But you actually say our names. Oh. Yeah. These, the ones for $100, you get a surprise box. But I do have another little surprise coming up that I'm going to do, Deborah. I went through and pulled out, I cleaned up my desk a little. And so I pulled out stuff like this. Like I might have a whole envelope of something. Like these are the ones I'm keeping, but the daisies. I might have a bunch like this knowing I'm going to make cards with it. But you know how life goes, right? So I'm keeping these, but I have a lot of packages, like a whole bucket full. And so I was thinking of doing something like that for maybe to go to like the largest order in November or something like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I was just telling my kids about Romper Room and they thought I made it up. That's funny. Thank you for sharing, Judy. Hi, Tashana. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Robin. So yeah, I've got to think about that. I'm trying to get through my room and clean it as I go. I do have a ton of cards that I also might do, but a lot of them have my name stamped on the back. So, in fact, probably most of them. So I thought about doing some bundles of cards, and I might do a drawing for something like that. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to get through some stuff as I can. It'll definitely be before the new catalog, not January, but May. But I'm working on it slowly. So stay tuned, and I will be posting on my Facebook page. I'm still trying to reach out to my web lady. I'm going to have to try again and do something a different way because I don't know what's going on. I know she's working on it, but it's like an update would be great so I can know what I'm doing. Hi, Margie. Hello. Hi, Heather. So that said, we're going to be doing, oh, look, here's my little plants that I colored. And the thing is there's going to be a lot of colored items. Look, I have apples. So there's going to be, I even have chickens. So there's a lot of stuff, and I can do it colored because it will be a prize. I'm giving it away, kind of a challenge raffle something. So I'm not selling it. So it's just a lot of extra pieces that I have. So there's a lot of them that are ready to go to create cards, and it could have been extra from a class or all kinds of things. So we will do something like that. The other thing, next week is bingo. I believe I have one kit left. It could be two, I can't remember. One or two kits left. I know there was a few people that just paid, so that's what's kind of throwing me off if I sold those or if I still have one or two left. But I know I have one or two left. I want to say two. So if you are interested in bingo next week, please register as soon as you can. There's a link below. There will be an upcoming class in January. The Be Mine Suite collection. It is not available for purchase until January the 4th. And if you purchase the suite from me, and it's $75, then you will get the class for free. You will still please need to register because I need to know that you want the class, that I have your address and all of that good stuff. I will confirm that you got the kit, but you could also just put that in the notes section that, hey, I purchased the B class and I'm registering or whatever. So make sure for that if you want that. Let's see what else. Gift certificates. Every year I try to do gift certificates. So I do have customers that their sons or their husbands, they contact me and say, my mom is watching, she watches you all the time, and I know she would love a gift certificate, or it's on her list, or whatever. So just let me know if you would like a gift certificate, or let your loved ones know and have them contact me. I will create it for them and send it to them so they can print it and, put it in a nice little package or whatever. So put it on your wish list, and we'll go from there. Hi, Carol. How are you? Oh, thanks to Shauna. I love making flyers if I have time. So that was fun to create. Let's see what else is new. Don't forget the online exclusive items. There is a lot of good items coming. I have a crazy busy week this week, and with bingo next week, I did not rush the rest of my order. So those items you see are not the only items available. I don't remember the names, but there's one with a font, and it's like a watermark, and it's bigger, sentiments. It's really nice. And then there is a Feathered Friends, I think it is, and it's like ducks. I think they're mylards. I don't know. My husband's a hunter, but they're flying in the sky. Really nice set. The glimmer paper, order that so it doesn't go quickly. I know that the dragonflies and the birds are on back order, but they're coming soon. And that's all I can think of right now. But so make sure you go on to online exclusives. Don't just look at the top, scroll through because they're kind of scattered in the online exclusives. All right, I think that's all I have to share. So let's get busy. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Corey, you're glad you ordered early. Yeah, they, you know, you never can tell with bingo. Sometimes it sells out. Sometimes I even made more this time, and it sold out. But I'm super excited about the projects. Oh, I'm going to be having a Christmas class. I do not have the flyer yet because I just kind of came up with it today. It's going to be simple Christmas cards. So my simple is probably not as simple as you might think, but I'm going to do 4 cards. You're going to get 4 cards, 4 of each card. So this might be for somebody that doesn't have a lot of time to create your Christmas cards. I know people get busy this time of year, but my hope is that you will send Christmas cards out because a lot of us are hobbyists, and maybe you play and you like to create and send a birthday card here and there, but maybe you don't do Christmas cards. Or maybe you are just crazy busy, or maybe you know somebody that this would be a great gift for. So there's going to be 4 projects. They will be cards, and there's going to be 4 of each. So I'm going to create as many kits as I can because I do have a lot of Christmas paper that I purchased for other classes and different things. And so I want to, and for my own Christmas cards. So I still have a lot of gorgeous paper and I want to use it up. So I decided to do this class. I don't have a fee for it yet, and I don't have a deadline yet. My helper will be here Monday, and we're going to try and cut the DSP and see how many kits I can get so that I'll have a good number and an idea of going forward. So be looking for that. I will post on my Facebook page, my business page, letting you know that it is active and ready to go. You can register, and also it'll be under my blog under the classes. Okay. If you guys could give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. When I got on, there was 11 people watching, and 13 people watching and 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Now there's 63 and 25 thumbs up. So help me out. I made 3 cards today, but it takes a while by the time you figure out what you want to use. You know what, Renee? You are exactly right. By the time you think about what you want, when I did my Christmas card, I might have told you guys, oh, I don't have it right here, but I did the packages. Remember the packages on the card on the front? That's all I had. And then I had no idea what I was going to do with that card until I started kind of thinking about it. So it is a process. So I'm hoping that the cards that I'm going to be doing for this class are a little more simple. I say that there's still a lot of detail to it and a lot of layering, and they're easier for me because there's a lot of DSP. I guess I should say that. Light on the stamping, lots of DSP. So you'll just be kind of putting them together. So anyway, I'll have more information on that hopefully on Sunday. No, it won't be Sunday. Wednesday on bingo day, I'll be able to give you more information because I got to see how much I have. All right, let's get busy. I'm first going to go over my kits that I have available. So if you are interested, let me know, and then we're going to get to the card as quickly as we can. The first kit that I have 10 sets. All right, and so we have this cute little birthday card. Okay, I'm going to go kind of fast, you guys, because these have already been on my bingo. They might have been in a private class, and maybe you haven't seen these, but I do have some available. You will get the PDF. You will get the private video link if you purchase the kit. This is another one that we did. Okay, so this one with the hourglass. Okay, and then, of course, the inside. All right. And then the birthday card. So just say, I'd like kit number 1 if you want this. And then, or you can message me. You don't have to do it now. So I'm going to put number 1 on this one. So I have 10 available. Okay, I know I get a lot of people asking me about kits, so I just wanted to make sure. I thought, you know what, now is a good time. I'm going to put this one in front so I remember which kit it is. So that is kit number 1, and I have 10. All right, so I'm going to say kit number 1, I have 10, so I can kind of remember. All right, so that is number 1. I'm going to just pile these behind me. Number 2, so these are classes. So number 2 is the trucking class. Trucking. And there is only 2 sets. So in the trucking class, number 1, Nicole. Okay, so what I'm going to need you guys to do is make sure that you message me because I may not have your information. Herrick. So that's number 1. Okay, and then this is the trucking kit. So we try to use each different truck in a different way, or, you know, the packages. And number 2. Okay. Let me get my other little tablet out here. Oh, here it is. Perfect. So this is number 2, and this you will get a PDF. Oh, I'm sorry. The price will still be $40. So let me explain that. So my classes are always $40, and you usually get a video. Well, you always get a video. My bingo, same thing. I charge the class fee $40, and then you get a PDF if there is, you know, complicated cards or a little more fancy fold or something that's not really, you know, needs a little more explanation. But because I do a video, I don't do all of them because like this is, you know, really, I give you the paper. And so you can measure it if you want going forward and that kind of thing. So I always charge $40 for my classes, and you get a video and sometimes a PDF. And I usually give a gift of some kind. I should let you know that some of the kits, so for example, during this class, I may have given out, let's say, these embellishments right here. So you may not have them in a kit. I'm going to try to give you whatever embellishments that you need for the cards. I should have them, but if I don't, I'll let you know, and I might order them and then get that to you, but you will get your embellishments and everything that you need. I'll let you know what I need to get, and we'll go from there. So because I usually give out a prize for early bird RSVPs. So there's that one. So that's 2 sets for that. All right, here we go. So here's the next one. So this one was my chicken class. I have 8 kits. Let me write that down. 3. I always just put chicken, and I have 8 kits. All right, so this one is you're going to have a fun pull. All right, so that's one card. You're going to have this card that has a little wobble on it. Uh-oh, my wobbles got stuck. A little wobble. So you're going to have that one. You're going to have this one. And then here's the inside. And this one here, which is a fancy fold. So this is the chicken class. And I have 8 of those. All right. Okay, so this class is going to be class number 4. And this is the Daisy class. And I have 6 sets. And like I said, you can always let me know later. Oops, here's my envelope. So the first card is this one here. I'm not going to show you the insides. It's really kind of basic. So I'm trying to hurry so we can get to my card tonight. And then we have this one. We have this one. And then we have a mini slimline. Okay, and this one had some stamping inside. So this, again, this one will be a private video link. And I think I did do a PDF on this one. I don't remember. All right, so there's that one. All right, the next one, I have 1 set. So this I'll put number 5 and Timeless. So we have this one. And we have this cute shaker card for birthday. Uh-oh, where'd my other card go? Oh, no, let me think. Hold on. I missed it. Oh, and I'll show you the next one. The next one, because we only have one kit, this is a gift card holder, and it's a great masculine gift card holder. And I do not have, I used mine. I had 2 of them and I used them. And so this is, I do have one of the kits left, and it's really cute. It's fish. It's got the fish on there. It's a really nice masculine one. So these are the cards that I did here. Most of them do have their embellishments, but you know how it goes. Sometimes if you run out, I just wanted you to know. And now we're going to come with some more current items. So you remember this box? I do have 2 sets. So this one is number 6. And this one, I'll just put Snowflake. So I do have 1 of these left. And that's because I ended up, I ran out of this paper for the box. So here's the box. Nice big box. And so I ran out of paper, so I ended up not having enough, and then I was able to make the box. So there we go. Snowflakes, and then the berry cute, and then the shining Christmas. So we have all of those, and that's 1 kit of that. Oh, 2 sets. I'm sorry, 2 sets of this one. So this one is 1 set, this one is 2. All right. We have 2 more. And these last couple, this one's a bingo. So we have this one and the Delight Floral. And so we have this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, now this card will come in different colors. Okay, Nicole, number 6. Okay, thank you. This one will come in different colors. I have different papers that they match nicely. So other than that, the rest are going to be the same. Okay, so this is number 7. Do we get the items to make the box also? Yes, you do. Yes, you get a kit right here. So you'll get all of this, and your box is pre-scored, and everything's in there for you. Yep. Even the magnets to close it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we do have 2 of those. Okay, number 6, I have 2. Okay, so Nicole gets 1, and Deborah gets 1, and Patty, you will be a backup. So Deborah, and then Patty, backup. Okay, so just in case. All right, so okay, this was number 7 with 8 sets, and then we have 1 more. So number 8 is 5. I think there's 1 second. I forgot 8 sets. Okay. All right, here we go. Hi, Marilyn. I like number 3, the chicken. Colleen, too. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys my email in just a minute. So you'll have to email me so I have your email so I can invoice you. Okay, so number 8, I have 5 sets. I love these. Okay, so this one, the daisy one. This one is a really nice sympathy card. This one had the bird and all those pretty little flowers. and then this one. So this one was a really fun one. I have 5 sets left of this. And that is it. That was the last one. Number 8, please. Thank you, Nicole. All right. So if anybody else wants anything, you can email me. Let me put my email here for you. Marcie at marciebeseckerdesigns.com. Okay, there you go. Marcie at marciebeseckerdesigns.com. And there should be a link at the top of my YouTube that you can reach me, or of course my Facebook, or all over. You can find me. Okay. All right, now let's get busy. So here's the card I did. I have to say, since the new items, this is the items that you can get from the online exclusives, and I think it was almost on every order yesterday that came in. So I know that this is a hot item, but what I wanted to show you is, even if you think, I don't know, that stamp set's not for me. So here's the stamp set. Okay. And I did some really cute thank you cards with this little wheelbarrow, if you haven't seen them. But, and then here's some dies, and I did a card with this too, so you can kind of get an idea. I don't know if I have it right here, but, oh, I do. Here, let me reach. So here, again, not a lot of stamping. So I did die cut out the grass. I put the little dragonflies. I love dragonflies. And then I did a distressed brick folder. And then this image here on the inside, when I die cut this with this die, it left this mark around the outside. But I did it on the paper also, because it also gives you an inside piece. Did all the prep today for 20 Christmas cards. Now I need to stamp and assemble them. Wow, Marva, great. That's great. Mine are all sitting over there done. I just have to get started addressing. It's going to be a while. So anyway, this was a really fun card too, and I just added a strip of the paper that I had left over on the inside, just so you can see that the scene just kind of continues. So the paper is really a great thing to look at. So if this isn't your jam, and this isn't really your kind of deal, look at the paper, because this paper is gorgeous. So here is the paper that I have left. I've used some, but you can look through. So what I did is I went through and I pulled out this one, and then I went through and I thought, okay, I need something that kind of goes with it. Now when you're looking at it, see how this one has like a purple, white, and blue, and then see how this one is a little bit more oranges in it. So make sure if you do something like this that your skies are going to match, because you want it to be a big scene, correct? So what I did is I went through and I found this one. And so I put those two together, and I was like, okay, that kind of looks like it's the same area. The flowers are the same, or look close to the same. And then you've got the trees and the sky. So these are the ones that I used. But look at all these different ones in here. And then if you turn them over, I've got half facing one way and half another, because I've been going through them all. This, I like to put that on the back. All right, so you have some wood. This would be great to cut the grass die out of. This one, there's another one that's all sky. And then there's just some, like that looks like it's just dirt. Like if you wanted to, create a bigger scene, you can use stuff like that. There's just a lot of really cool, now that is the back side. So there's a lot of really neat papers in here that could just give you an image. Like you could take this and then take that die. Now this is something I was thinking of, but I didn't have room on this card. But you could take this die and make it an arch, and then you'd have to cut it again, of course, because it doesn't give you the arch. But then cut that off, put this on here, and then you can add flowers on it. Like it's, like I say arch, but you know what I'm talking about. The flowers and the vines crawl up and everything. So you can do lots of stuff with it and kind of make it look really cool. So anyway, that is, I mean, this is really gorgeous paper. So think about what, you know, works for you. The whole suite is amazing, and I think you'd like it. So when I started this, I was thinking I wanted to make a scene, and I wanted it to be all about the DSP, because a trellis, thank you, Carol. You know, sometimes the words just don't come, especially when you're in front of a group of people. So what I decided is I did my scene. So I'm going to show you how I did it from the very beginning on cutting the paper, and how this actually goes with that paper also. And then I decided, of course, to add some bling to it. So I had, like I told you, I have stuff hanging out, right? So I have still a bunch of these. So I had from the Timeless Arrangements, I have one of those. So I put that on there. And then I also had some of these, which I just added to another project. So kind of keep what you have if you have a few. Like I made some extra wheelbarrows just because I didn't know how many I was going to do. And then I just kind of set them aside. And when I think about it, I think, oh, what am I going to get? And I grab that. All right, so let's get busy, and I'll show you how I did the card. Thank you for those that were just hanging out while I did the kit thing. I've been meaning to get through that, and I haven't done it yet. All right, so I'm going to give you a picture of the measurements and everything. So don't worry about writing anything down. I'm going to say them, but then I'll show the picture of all the measurements and everything for you. And I'll put them in the description. Yes, they are, Paula. They're $40. Thank you. Oh, Deborah, I don't know about that. I just cleaned my desk, though, and it did help. All right, so you're going to take your 11 by 4 1/4, and then you're going to score it at 5 1/2, like you would do a normal card like this that you would make. Then, oh, no problem, Paula. And then you're going to score it at, so the 5 1/2, and then at 2 3/4, so that you can pull this back. I always like to just make sure that it's exact after I score it. And then I'm going to burnish this too. All right, and then so we have our card. And then the front strip is going to be, so when you cut this off, you can cut this paper, and you really could do the whole sheet if you wanted, but you're just going to have a smaller piece left over. So I just cut the strip off and cut this, and then I score. So then we're going to score this 5 1/2 and also 2 3/4. Okay, so this is going to go here, and then this is going to go outward. You wouldn't think so because that one's in, and then this is going to go in. Okay, so that way when you close it, okay, I'm going to bring my light down just a little bit so maybe you could get better lighting in here. All right. So, yeah, you're going to do that, and then it's going to go on like this. But we don't want to attach it yet. So we're going to set that aside and this aside, and I'm going to show you how I came up with our cuts. So this one's going to go on this side, and this one's going to go on this side. So the first thing I realized is I don't want to cut my trees off. So we need to cut these down, and we need to cut them at 4 inches, right? Because this is 4 1/4. Okay, I didn't do layering on it because I wanted the DSP to be the main focus. And if we would have added another layer, then our image would be even smaller, and I didn't want to do that. So let's bring in our trimmer. And so we know that this one is going to be 4 inches. And I'm going to do it up here. All right, and we're going to set this one off. I'm going to set it off to the right. Oh, my clothes are far. Oh, no, I'm far. Okay, so that one is going to go on the right side. So I want the tree, of course. So it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it this way. 5 1/4. And so this is going to be, you can discard. I'm going to set that to the side. All right, I'm going to leave this piece over here just right to the right side because we're going to do something with that. This one again, it's going to be 4 because I want the top I don't want to cut my trees off. But you're thinking, oh no, all these flowers. I'm going to put this to the left side. All right, same thing. I'm going to turn it this way. And we're going to go to 5 1/4. All right, so this is our left side. Again, this can be discarded. I'm going to set that aside. Now on the bottom part, what you need is we're going to do 1 inch. Okay, so it's 1 inch by 5 1/4. So I'm going to do, I think I did the top portion, but you know, I really don't know that it matters. I did do the top portion because that's what's going to be seen right here. You know, when you, well, it's on the wrong side. It's on this side. When you put it together like that. But if you look at this, you're really not seeing too much of that. And this side, oh yeah, I guess it does. See how the tree flows together right there? So yes, you definitely want the top portion. So that's good. We want 1 inch. I just did this today, so I was like, all right, so we want 1 inch by 5 1/4. And of course, we cut this side off earlier. We're going to cut this side off again. So turn it upside down, and you're going to go to 5 1/4. Wait, stop. We're going to do, I'm sorry, we're doing the right side. So it's 2 1/2 by 1. So let's go to 2 1/2. So you're going to start on the side you're, oh, you can't see, sorry. You're going to start on the side you're keeping. So go to 2 1/2. All right, so let's put this in here. So this is going to go here. And then you're going to do the next 2 1/2. So you're still getting rid of that left side. Remember, we had to turn this upside down. And then this is going to go here. Okay, so we're going to put those together and move them to the right. Now we're going to bring this in, and you can see how it lines up. Again, we're going to do 1 inch. We're going to keep this, I'll put this up here because we're going to use that in a minute. So this is going to go like this, just make sure. All right, so see how the path lines up. Now, this is the side we want to keep. Now we're doing 5 1/4 because this is the larger piece. All right, so we're going to do 5 1/4. All right, so that's going to go there. And then on the back side, we're doing 4 by 5 1/4. So this is where this piece is going to come in. I think the flowers, they're going to go like this. Okay, let me see. Oh, did I just do the wrong piece? Hold on. Oh, silly me. Okay, same thing. Okay, same thing. Sorry, I did it the wrong way. So we're going to do 5 1/4. I think I just grabbed the wrong one. All right, so we have to turn it upside down just the way I cut it. I like to cut to my right. All right, there we go. So that one's going to go there. This one, we're going to keep from the other side, the right side. We're going to keep this one, and we're just going to do 5 1/4. It really doesn't matter which way you go. I'm just going to do more flowers because we're just going to add this here to add on the back of our card just to have where we're going to be writing. So this, it doesn't really matter. The colors tie in, so that matters, of course. But that's the last piece that's left. And then this is what you didn't use. Hold on. This and this and this we didn't use. But you could turn it over and use it for a darker green if you need, you know, a piece of grass or something. So that is what we did not use. All right, so let's go ahead. And grab our silicone mat. We're going to put this together on the back page first. Get that out of the way. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right, so here we go. All right, so see how I have a little bit of white right there, so I just bring in my sliver, my trimmer and just take that tiny piece off. And I know it doesn't make much of a difference, but it does when I can see the white. Look at that. Thinner than dental floss. All right, so this is going to go on the back, so we'll put that up there and worry about that later. So let's go ahead on our left side now. The top piece, it needs to be cut down. So see, we have this here, okay, and then we have our pieces here, and we have our piece here, but we need to cut this piece down still. Now we did cut it down to the 5 1/4, but now we're going to cut it, let's see, 2 1/2. So we're going to bring our trimmer back in real quick. Do 2 1/2. Now remember, I did it upside down. That's just because this is the way I cut. So 2 1/2, and should be close to 2 1/2. And the reason it's a little less than the 4 1/4 is because you've got this as your, right here, you're going to have this right here, this space. So that's why these are going to be a little smaller than what this piece is. Okay, so you're going to have still this left over. All right. Now, what I like to do is lay them out just to make sure that you're on the right page. So you put those two together. Yep, that's where they're going to go. That's going to go there. Then take this piece, just make sure. Yep, that's going to go there. And then I'm going to take these two. I know that this is the tree, but let's make sure our flowers line up in our blue. And it does. So this goes here, and this goes here. So just double check, make sure that you have everything lining up correctly. Right, and then we're just gonna adhere it. Isn't it pretty? This paper is so pretty. And I wanted a color that would just really kind of make it rich but pop. And I love the Starry Sky as this paper. All right, so we're just gonna go. Put that. And so pick your two pieces out, kind of get an idea, you know, what works for you. Now you could always make a scene over here, but because this tree was so big and because this was so much sky, I wanted to do something, but it just would look weird like it's floating in the sky. So when I thought of doing, like, I was going to put some gardening tools there or something out of the stamp set, but my focus was on the DSP. Number one, and number two, it would all be just floating in the sky. But if I would have cut it lower the other way, then the whole top of my tree would be cut off. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to put birds up there since we're focusing on using DSP. If you don't have the stamp set, then that's okay. Although the stamp set's amazing. All right, so we're going to put that. Oh, let's go ahead and add this on the back while we're right here. Hi, Carol, how are you? All right, so this is going to go over here, and it's going to go this way. Make sure, yep. And so I'm just going to put this down. All right, so there's our back, so we can, you know, put a sentiment there if you want. Here's our front. Let's go ahead and adhere these. I know, don't look at my nails. It's been a long time since I've gotten them done. But I finished my Christmas decorating yesterday. And I was like, I'm waiting to get my Christmas stuff done. And there's a few things I have to get through this week. And then I'm going to go get them done. Oops. Oops. Okay, the blue goes on the top, I remember. And when you put it on, just kind of make sure it's lined up the best you can with the other ones. This is kind of hard to see because it's light and dark, but that's lined up. Hi, Mary Beth. Thank you, Virginia. Oh, my daughter, poor thing. She went traveling yesterday and had a bunch of issues, but she made it where she was going. She went to go see her dad in Missouri, and my poor husband traveled to go see our youngest. They're moving into a house, and his last flight was canceled, and his last flight was like a plane that's like this big, that just a hopper plane that, you know, in Montana where they have to take them. So, okay, so this is going to go here, this is going to go out, and this is going to go in. So I'm going to put adhesive on here. And usually on a motion card like this, I like to use liquid, but I'm using Seal Plus, and I think it'll be just fine. So we're going to put this all the way up to the corner. Okay, all the way to the corner. Then this one, you can fold it if you want. Might be a little easier. You just want to make sure. So what I do is I put my thumbnail right there. Marilyn, it is Starry Sky. Oh, Deborah, just put them up. We bought a new cabinet last week. It showed up and it was broken. So they had to come back and bring another one. So they came back today and the door doesn't close. It's like a buffet, you know, hutch thingy. Not a hutch, but a cabinet, buffet server thing. And it doesn't, when you close the door, it just pops back open. But they're sending out a, see, now, this is going to go to the edge, and just because this is where the card opens, I'm going to go down this way just to get it, there we go, to the edge. And you can roll it in, especially the plus. I mean, you can roll all of them in, but the plus seems to not stick to just the paper. It's the size it is. So I'm going to go all the way to the corner, roll that in a little bit. There we go. Make sure. And then I'm just going to come over here and just make sure that this is a flat corner. All right. Yay, so there's that. Now we have our card going. Now the next thing we did is I had, where did my pieces go? Over here. So I took one of the larger banners from the Nested Essentials. These are two of my, uh-oh, I think I put the Nested Essentials away. The Stylish, oh, it might be in my Christmas bucket. Hold on, I'll grab it because I want to show them to you. Well, if I could find them, that would be good. Oh, maybe they're, nope. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did with them. I've been working on 3 projects today. They could be anywhere. But the Nested Essentials is one of my favorites, and the Stylish Shapes. So I use them both a lot. So I used the larger banner right there. And we're going to use, I Can't Imagine Having a Better Friend. And we're going to bring in our piercing mat. I'm going to put that there, and our black ink. Now, when you look at this stamp, you're going to notice that it looks like it's kind of high, but I don't want the F to go off. See, it's very close to the little stitching there. So it looks like it's high because everything's pretty high except that F, but that's okay because it looks like it's going to be all on there. And I'm going to just kind of, I like to move my stamp around. Oh, let's see, what am I missing? Oh, thanks, Marilyn. All right, here we go. Well, he got there, Debbie. All right, so just kind of center it. He got there. There was about 5 guys that needed to catch that flight that they decided to rent a car. So it's like one of those movies, you know. They rented a car and all 5 of them just got there. But my husband said, oh my gosh, the guy that was driving like 90 miles an hour. And my husband is a driver. So I texted him, I said, you're driving, right? And he's like, no. And we're going at 90 miles an hour, which I'm sure freaked him out because my husband's like a 3 to 7 miles over the speed limit kind of guy. So he's more of a cautious driver. And so, but he's like, we made it barely. So I thought the next sentiment that I got, I used throughout the year. Because I thought, I can't imagine having a better friend. You mean so much to me. I just thought that was nice. I thought that these fonts kind of went well together. And so that's what I chose. I think this is really a nice set. Because sometimes the best of luck, happiest of birthdays, be my Valentine. I like that. Reminds me of the old, you know, Valentines that we used to have. We as in because I'm old. And anyway, I thought this was kind of a neat set. And cheers to you and the new year was always a good sentiment. All right. So we're going to use that one. You mean so much to me. Oops, we need the black again. All right. We're going to ink that up good. Now remember, when you have not used the stamp and you just use it out of the box, make sure you stamp it on, you know, your grid paper or whatever, and because there's some residue from the factory and everything. You just want to make sure that you get it cleaned. Okay, just kind of try to find that middle spot. I like to hold it for just a second just to make sure it gets that ink transferred nicely. All right. You got to have bedazzle, right? And of course, because we have bedazzle, I'm going to use liquid glue as soon as I clean this off. It's almost out. All right, and I don't like to put it on too thick as I say that. It's a little thicker than I like, but that's okay because it's going on bedazzle. All right, so we're just going to put that on. And I like to use the liquid. It gives you a little bit of time to kind of move it and get it centered and where you want it. All right, so we're going to set that aside. And then the next thing we're going to do is let's bring our sentiment in here on the banner. And our pretty, this is from Timeless Arrangements. And like I said, I just had some extras. And I'm going to, you know, for the video purposes, I'm going to add, I'm just going to do this. I would normally add glue, but I want to, it's going to have to stick. So, and I don't want to wait for it to dry, even though it dries pretty quickly. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue because I want it to stick where maybe the tape didn't go. All right, so, and I moved this over a little bit because it doesn't really matter, but I moved it over so that the point of the banner can kind of go in a little bit. All right, we're just going to leave that for a second. Oops, let that dry. And let's bring this back in. And now, since it dried a little bit, I feel a little more comfortable squishing it down and making sure that that ink, you notice when I put it on, I did it up the middle because then I can kind of get it to the edges once it's a little more sticky. And this is going to go directly on the card. Oh, speed limit's 80. Oof. It's 65 and 70 in California. I don't think there's any 75s, but I could be wrong. All right, so we want this to be within that. So let's open that up. We're gonna slide it just under. I just want a little bit showing here and a little bit at the top. All right, so that's there. So see, it covers it up. And then we're gonna add our pretty little image here. And then I like to just make sure that this is not going to go anywhere. It shouldn't. My daughter was just calling me and she's like, I thought you said your video's at 5:30, but she's in Missouri. And I don't think she remembers the time change. The time difference, I should say. All right. We're going to take this off. And remember, this paper is online exclusive, and so when it's gone, it's gone. I mean, sometimes they do reorder a lot of times, and then at a certain point, it will just be gone. So, all right, don't let me forget to show you these measurements so you can get a screenshot or whatever. All right, I'm just going to go pretty much in the middle, right there. Okay. All right, and now let's not forget our pretty little embellishments. So what I did, and these are on back order. I don't remember when they're coming. I should have looked. I'm going to do 2 birds flying over here because there's a big sky opening right here. So we'll put 2 going that way. And then we're going to have one guy that's like, hey, hurry up, you guys. There's a big tree right here. All right. Isn't that pretty? So pretty simple. It's really just the DSP that does all the work. And just cut your strip here and then cut it. And the directions are super simple. So let me show you. I'm going to hold that up for a minute. You can take a screenshot. I am going to put this in the description below, so don't worry about that. Okay, so I will put this in below. In fact, I'll put it right there so I don't forget. But look how fun. And it's such a nice card that sits up. You can see the whole scene. You can open it up a little bit more, or you can, close it more like that. When you lay it flat, it just should lay perfectly flat. And it's really a fairly, not too thick card. Yes, you do have a little bit of bulkage here, but you really don't even have to pop up the sentiment if you don't want to. You could just glue it right down, and that would lessen that. But it's really, it's really not that bad. So I love cards that the DSP does all the work. So these are so pretty, and you can just choose all kinds of different papers to put together. You could also put a different paper in here, like maybe a backside or, a different pattern back here. And you could also just put a larger white, in here, or, put some, maybe just a strip down here and do all white over here. And maybe you don't want to do the back. So it's just totally up to you. Oh yeah, I was doing this. Was I doing this card? I think I was. No, I was working on a Christmas card, Melanie, I think. But yeah, I might have been finishing. Oh, yesterday. I don't remember. We've talked a few times. But yeah. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. 75 in Arizona. Oh, okay. Oh, Carol, I'm glad you do. Well, I will definitely get those measurements and put them in the description below for you. So thank you so much for joining me tonight and having a good time. Thank you for the thumbs up. I do so much appreciate it. And for those of you that missed it at the beginning, I have a bunch of kits still available from my online classes, which those videos are in private. or bingo. And so both of those, you'll get a video and a PDF if there's if I created one, if it was a more difficult card or project. Usually on the private classes, the ones that pay just for the class, then I usually do have a PDF, but for sure a video. And so if you are interested, let me know. Oh, thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. And thank you, Carol. Just let me know. You can message me and I will invoice you. I noticed a couple people have already paid because there's a couple of those kits, like the chicken kit is already online, but I will invoice those that have told me that you want kits, or you can email me. And don't forget, I think I do have a lot of messages up there now, so I don't know if somebody bought the bingo, but at the beginning of the night, there was one bingo left. So if you're interested in it, it will let you know that there is still a bingo left. And there might be two. Oh, Linda, I hope you do case it. Thank you, Robin. You are welcome, Melanie. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks, Betty. All right, everybody, have a fantastic night. I will be here on Sunday, and let me know what you want. Come back to this video, leave a comment. Do you want Christmas? Do you want online exclusive, or do you want something from the annual catalog? Let me know. I will only read the comments on this video for that. So that'll help me kind of decide what to do for Sunday. And I will see you guys then, and there might be a prize in it for you. So I will see you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.